Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Here's a headline from the Crypto Basic. Here is XRP price if it captures Bitcoin market cap. So we'll get to this a little bit later in the video, but perhaps we should first be asking, is it possible for XRP's market cap to reach the market cap of Bitcoin? And this is not a price prediction, but I will say, because if you're just asking, is it possible? I'm in the camp of yes, absolutely. If you're talking about XRP reaching what Bitcoin's market cap is today. In fact, it's not crazy to think it could happen this market cycle. So I need to expand upon those thoughts so that they're not misconceived. But yes, that's not Looney Tunes land stuff. When crypto markets get hot and money rotates through the entire asset class, crazy things happen. And XRP has been so suppressed for so long, and it's been ranging for over 6 years. Like, when this thing goes, it is blast off time, and we will be proven right when this whole thing is over. But before I go any further, I do, to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, so just more ranging over the last few days. At the time I'm recording this, it's 5:09 p.m. Central Time, Sunday, May 19th, 2024. XRP's 51 cents, Bitcoin at $66,409, Crypto Fear and Greed Index 72 out of 100, so market's still feeling greedy. But what's happening next? Are we bottoming out for this portion of the cycle? Well, I'll just remind you, a couple days ago, chart analyst Credible Crypto warned that what he thinks is most probable is before we see a bigger move to the upside, Bitcoin goes down to maybe $59,000 to $69,000. He thinks that's plausible. He didn't insist that it's a virtual certainty that's going to happen, but that's something that he thinks is very reasonable to occur in terms of probability. But there are other signs to consider, and in fact, there's this article from the Daily Hodl covering perspective from Willy Woo, who is, I'd say, one of the most famous and well-known analysts in all of crypto, and I don't always agree with him. He seems a little bit too maxi-ish for me, and I know he doesn't like XRP, which already makes me question, the way his brain works, but that's okay. People don't need to agree with me on individual cryptocurrencies for me to like and respect them. But 1.1 million followers and he has, and that doesn't just happen by accident. And very frequently, he is just looking at raw data. So sometimes, yes, I think he interprets things in ways that don't make the most sense. But here, it's pretty straightforward. So check out this headline from the Daily Hodl. Bitcoin has completed profit-taking phase amid backdrop of rising capital flows to Bitcoin, says analyst Willy Woo. Popular on-chain analyst Willy Woo believes Bitcoin is now in a position to kickstart a fresh leg up after months of consolidation. Woo tells his 1.1 million followers on social media platform X that he's looking at Bitcoin's spent output profit ratio, or SOPR for short, which tracks whether coins are being sold at a profit or loss. According to Woo, the metric currently shows that Bitcoin holders are done taking profits close to record highs, suggesting that sell pressure is losing momentum. And so here's the quote. Profit taking has completed. It took 2 months. A very healthy reset against a backdrop of capital flows into the network climbing again, end quote. And so, yeah, we've been ranging for a couple months. Got as low as, what, around $56,000. We were at $67,000 the other day, a little bit lower right now. We're not going to stay here forever. We're certainly not going to stay here forever, and we are in the middle of a bull run right now. I mean, well, people may disagree on what the starting point is. Obviously, the bottom was the end of 2022. So in that sense, if you consider it from that point, I mean, we're pretty far along, obviously. But in terms of where the most fun is, well, that's yet to be had, obviously. I mean, I think it's obvious. Anyway, piece continues. The on-chain analyst also shares a chart suggesting that capital inflows into Bitcoin are starting to pick up. And he wrote, quote, capital inflows update, end quote. Looking at the bigger picture, Woo believes that Bitcoin is gearing up to ignite the next leg up of its bull market. Quote, here's the bigger picture of where Bitcoin is in its liquidity cycle. It's still doing warm-up exercises. It's consolidating under all-time highs during this time. Long time frame risk signal is quite low. Risk only starts climbing after the floodgates open, end quote. Yeah, so in some sense, it's kind of what I was saying within the last week or so. It's kind of like the calm before the storm, really, for the entire asset class. And once Bitcoin starts going, ultimately, at some point after that, you're going to see heavy rotations into other altcoins, including large caps like XRP. Here's a post from chart analyst Mikey Bull Crypto, Bitcoin USD chart here. And he said, Bitcoin, optimal targets for this cycle should be $138,000 to $150,000. The current price action mirrors 2017. Now, this is going to be relevant when I start talking about XRP, and just give me a few minutes. We're going to circle back to this. There are lots of analysts that think that this is very plausible. And, you know, you'll find some analysts that say, oh, it's going to like $250,000. And you know, the higher they get and the higher the confidence they have it's going to go to those levels, the less seriously I take them. But I will say, you know, out of the batch of analysts that I respect and follow, ranges anywhere around here are what I keep seeing. Some think it's going to be more like 120,000 peak for Bitcoin. Some say 150. You know, Credible Crypto, for example, he thinks that 150 is the sweet spot, but acknowledges that if you have a notable extension, crazy money flows in, maybe it goes up even higher than that, over $200,000. He just doesn't think that's as probable. So if this happens, what that means for XRP will be substantial, which is why I wanted to mention this post specifically. It starts with Bitcoin. It just does. Whether you like it or don't like it, I don't give a damn. It just is what it is. But it's going to be big if this is indeed the case. Here's a post from chart analyst Cryptos talking about Bitcoin. Another pullback is coming, and that's okay. Bigger time frame is bullish. Step away from the charts and enjoy your Sunday. Here's a post from a charting guy from March 8th, actually. He said, Bitcoin and NVIDIA are still a 2x from here minimum. Higher definitely possible. So he's mentioning NVIDIA undoubtedly because, you know, tech stock, and in terms of how tech stocks perform, high correlation with Bitcoin. And so over 2 months ago, he's saying about a twofold increase in price from here. And then he reposted that this morning and said 2 months later, and Bitcoin and NVIDIA are at the same prices. Crazy thing is, nothing has changed my outlook. Both are still an easy 2x from here by Q1 2025. So again, circle back to this too. I see a lot of analysts saying the type of stuff, you know, easy 2x from here. If that happens, what that means for your XRP is going to be very substantial, and I want to throw some numbers at you in a second here. Here's a post from Charting Guy talking specifically about XRP, and he said, Adam and Eve forming cup and handle. Just slow grind up. But there's a positive. These are bottoming patterns within a bottoming pattern, ascending triangle, and we are forming higher lows. Obvious strong resistance around 57 cents. Break that, and then he shared chart emoji up, and says this is an XRP USD chart, and we have been trending up in price actually for about 2 years at this point. Now he did issue a small correction, which is as follows. He said the handle too large to be a cup and handle LOL. So he corrected himself. He said, oops, sorry, I'm tired AF, a long week. Just another rounded bottom, but with higher lows. Still bullish. Everything else I said still applies. Here's a post from chart analyst Greg Crypto, XRP genuine wake-up line, XRP USD chart here, and he said, many moons back, I introduced the final wake-up line, which saw a breakout in July 2023. Yet, it didn't quite soar to the heights we hoped for. Now, a new development. A white triangle is forming, incorporating highs from 2021. Enter the genuine wake-up line in yellow, anticipating a breakout around $1.50 within the white triangle and $7.50 within the blue triangle. Right now, XRP needs to break past the genuine wake-up line with unwavering conviction, followed by a retest for a full upward swing. XRP Army stays steady. $7.50 target is wave 1 within macro wave 3. Hint, wave 3 is 3-digit target. So, on that last point, I'm going to respectfully disagree. Now, I know that there are a number of individuals out there that think that it is possible for 3-digit XRP this cycle. I think there's close to a 0% chance of that, but I'd be happy to be wrong, and I'd give all the credit in the world to Greg Crypto and everybody else that has been calling for this. If they are correct, I'd be thrilled to see that. I'm just sharing my honest opinion here, which is that I'm highly skeptical of that happening this market cycle. Now, of course, if you're taking a longer look out, decades or however long it takes, it's like really long time, like, well, sure. If XRP is going to continue to be long-term viable, that would not surprise me in the least here. So I think that XRP can be worth an absolute fortune this market cycle, but that's a little bit too high. I hear $100 plus this cycle. I just don't think so. But, you know, like I always say, I'm happy to share opinions on my channel that are different than my own. I don't want it to be just what I say. I mean, I know it's my channel, so of course my opinion is going to be dominant, but I want to share what others think because I always acknowledge, could be wrong, of course. I mean, I do get stuff wrong. You know, I'm a human. We all get stuff wrong. On this, though, you know, you start talking about 3-digit XRP, like, to me, that's so far outside of what is, you know, probable. I'm just sharing my thoughts on it. And you guys can tell me in the comment section below, because I know that not everybody's going to agree with me on that. That's just where I'm coming from. But when he's talking about, you know, the rest of the path for XRP, I think that what he's saying makes a lot of sense. So we'll see what happens here. I mean, because a lot of the targets that he's talking about earlier on, I think that they're totally reasonable, if anything conservative. It's just the higher ones where I start to go, not as confident. But again, would love for him to be correct. And who knows? I could be wrong. Maybe it will be. Here's the headline now from the Crypto Basic. Now, this is the fun part. So thanks for sticking around. The title here again. Here is XRP price if it captures Bitcoin market cap. XRP price could skyrocket to a 2-digit value of $23 if it reaches the market cap of Bitcoin, the largest cryptocurrency by market valuation. The broader crypto market downturn has impacted XRP more severely than most other crypto assets. Notably, the impact is observed in a sustained price suppression that has hindered XRP from surging as much as other tokens during a market upturn. Yeah, I wouldn't quite agree with that characterization. If you're talking about over the short term, the last couple months, XRP has actually been gaining ground against Bitcoin. And if you're talking about, you know, for this market cycle, it's been happening with XRP. Well, XRP, like I said just a few minutes ago, is up against the United States dollar, trending up for close to 2 full years at this point. So that's not the most interesting part of this article. And I don't really need to read the rest of the article. The key point I want to make has to do with what's cited in the headline. Because again, XRP price, if it captures Bitcoin market cap, $23. Well, and to be clear, I'm not a chart guy, so this is not a prediction. I'm just sharing my honest opinion in terms of, like, do I think that something like that is possible? Well, I don't know if it's going to happen, but $23 this market cycle certainly plausible. But wait a minute, that would mean that XRP has the same market cap as Bitcoin. Do I think that XRP is going to perhaps even take the #1 spot from Bitcoin this market cycle? No, I do not. I think there's about a 0% chance of that. In fact, I would say that there are higher odds of XRP hitting $100 plus this market cycle than there are odds of XRP taking out Bitcoin this market cycle for market cap, as much as I'd enjoy that. You know me, XRP is my largest individual holding. It's my favorite cryptocurrency. Would love to see it. I don't think that's happening. But if you're talking about XRP reaching a market cap of what Bitcoin's market cap is today, meaning Bitcoin's market cap goes much higher before XRP catches up to that level, yeah, that could happen, absolutely. And now, is there historic precedent for this? Yes, in fact, there is, which is why I wanted to talk about this. It's interesting. So, in fact, take a look at this. CoinMarketCap, I'm sure many of you are aware, they have historical snapshots, but they're only like every few days or so you can't necessarily select the day that you want. So if you wanted to select the day for XRP's all-time high on January 4th, you can't. You can get close to it, though. Here's a December 17th snapshot. This is when Bitcoin was very close to its all-time high. It was at $19,140, and you can see the market cap, $320 billion. Of course, Bitcoin topped out closer to $20,000. So that means Bitcoin's market cap, based on the circulating supply back then of about 16.7 million Bitcoin, would have had a peak market cap for that cycle, 2017, of about $334 billion. Right? What about XRP, though? What was XRP's peak market cap for that cycle? Well, here's a historical snapshot, January 7th. So this is 3 days after XRP hit its peak. At the time, CoinMarketCap reporting that the price of XRP was $3.37. You love to see it. The good old days. And according to CoinMarketCap, had a peak price of $3.84. So on the snapshot, you can see the market cap was $130 billion, but based on the circulating supply at the time of about $38.7 billion, and the price that was reported as the all-time high from CoinMarketCap, XRP actually had a closer peak to $150 billion. And so I know I'm throwing a lot of numbers at you, but the two you need to remember right now to understand the point that I'm making is Bitcoin had a peak market cap that cycle of roughly $334 billion. And XRP, although not at the same time, had a peak for the market cycle of closer to $150 billion. So, you know, so Bitcoin's market cap from one peak to the other, from one coin to the next, Bitcoin's was a little bit higher than 2x what XRP reached. But that's incredible XRP got that high. And so there's certainly historic price. So if you're talking about Bitcoin going at least 2x from here, well, yeah, why couldn't XRP reach at least close to what Bitcoin's market cap is right this very second? And the market cap right this very second for Bitcoin is $1.3 trillion. So this isn't a prediction. I'm just, if the question is it even possible, is it reasonable to consider this might happen? My answer to that is yes. I don't know if it's going to happen. Maybe XRP does peak much lower and it gets to like 10 to 13 bucks, or who knows? But yeah, could XRP actually reach the current market cap of Bitcoin this market cycle? Yeah, yeah. It's when it goes, it goes. And if you look at what happened in 2017, the peak in early 2018, before it started running at middle of December 2017, most people wouldn't have guessed that. Most people wouldn't have believed that we were going to see XRP jump from about 20 something cents all the way up to almost $4. But when it goes, it happens fast, and it always seems impossible until it occurs, and then it looks obvious in hindsight. And so that's why I was saying also at the outset of the video, we'll be proven right here. I do believe that XRP moves in tandem with the entire crypto asset class. There's no more SEC legal concerns. XRP's been relisted on exchanges. If we're going to have a proper alt season, XRP's going to participate. That bottom line for me. And if I'm wrong, I'll acknowledge that, and then we'll have to talk about that as an XRP community. But I don't think that's what's probable. So it's exciting to know like this is something that really could be unfolding here sooner than later, perhaps this calendar year even. Things will be picking up at some point. We will not stay range bound forever. So the best is yet ahead. That's my message. And I think XRP is going to be worth an absolute fortune compared to where it is now. And I think it's going to change a lot of people's lives, including a lot of you listening. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.